morning everybody. So today we're doing a very easy and straightforward modification for this X3 M40i. We're going to add an X3M strut brace, which the upgrade itself is going to consist of these strut mounts, which we got 2 of these. Here's the part numbers in case you need this, and here's the other one. You're gonna need a few. You're gonna need 6 bolts, the actual shock tower bolts, strut tower bolts, as well as the nuts that mount this strut brace to the new mounts. This is going to be the mounting point. So in my opinion, this is going to be the best way to go about this. There is a few options available. Some of them are going to be more expensive. I just don't think you're going to gain more with the expensive options. The better looking ways to go, like IND and such, you know, they definitely add I guess just the cool look to the engine bay, but the function is going to be probably the same. What we're looking at is we're going to remove the side trim pieces right here and right here. I've never done that before, but I'm going to go learn as I go. So I know I got to replace those side pieces in this area, plastic pieces, to clear those new mounts. I don't know what they are. I was unable to pull up the part numbers yet, so we're gonna do everything. I'm gonna add those plastic pieces together. I don't know what the actual piece is gonna interfere with the factory piece. So we will, you know, I'm gonna, I guess, play it by ear and just go ahead and install it, and then add the plastic pieces that I'm missing. So at this point, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this plastic side trim. Okay, so this is a brake reservoir cover, and then what I see one of those 2-piece clips, 1, 2. We're probably gonna end up removing this one and this one and this one as well, and this just slides in there. Okay, so yes, we're gonna remove all this push clips. I'm gonna use just a basic, you know, clip tool. And then once these are off, we're gonna see what's gonna be the next step. Alright, so I got this piece off. As mentioned prior, it's gonna be just a bunch of 2-piece clips, and this goes right there. So we're gonna mount the top mount onto this, you know, in this area. So we're gonna line up. I'm not sure which one is left, which one is right. We're just gonna guess it right now. Will this be it? Yes, I think it's a pretty good guess. Yes, that's it. Okay, so 317 is gonna be the driver's side left side mount. So we're gonna loosen these bolts. Just make sure the car is parked leveled. We're gonna completely remove these bolts, and we're gonna set it here, and we're gonna tighten the new bolts in this area. Okay, so I'm gonna post a few pictures, attach a few pictures as I go. So let me remove this. It's gonna be probably E12s, but I think probably the 10mm would fit over this as well. Okay, so the bolts are removed. So I'm just gonna get this and that out of the way. So right now the strut is actually loose. So what we're gonna do is set this, remove this. I actually got an arrow that points towards the front, and that's definitely nice. Okay. All right, so here's the difference in the length for the new bolts. Well, as the old bolt, you get the idea. So the new bolt is about maybe 5 millimeters longer or so. So you don't gotta, I guess you don't have to get those from the dealership, but you know, we're doing it all legit today. So yes, so that's what we're gonna do is we're gonna start those bolts. I'm gonna look up the torque specs for these bolts. Visually they look like 13 millimeters, but I will confirm in just a minute. Yeah, so we're gonna bolt this up, the mount up, and I'm gonna see if I can legitimately rig this plastic piece back in. Then I will. If not, then I'm just gonna get the correct piece by the that fits the X3M. We'll see. I'll be right back with you. Let me get the torque specs as well as the proper tool. So as I said, this is 13 millimeter. Okay, I'm gonna torque this to spec now. Let me check the torque values. Torque specs I was able to find is 28 Newton meters and then 90 degrees. So I'm gonna do just that. I got the 28, so I'm gonna add 90-degree turn, and I should be done with this side, and I'm gonna jump on the other side. Make a quick note, I also use common sense when I'm using you know, torque wrench and whatnot, and at 28 and 90 degrees just felt too tight, felt like I'm gonna snap those bolts off. So what I did is I did a 45-degree angle past the 28 Newton meters, and it felt just perfect. I think it's gonna do good. My experience tells me you do just what you would want to do. Obviously I'm not a mechanic, I'm just you know, just getting some work done on my own personal car. So yes, this is my, like I said, my take on this particular deal. But yeah, so what I did is 28 and 45 degree. So this side is done. I'm gonna jump on the other side and then connect it with the strut brace. So on the other side, let me lay this down. The other side looks identical to this side, which would be just a bunch of those two-piece clips. Clip, 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 clip. We'll remove this deal here. Where's this deal here? Oh wow, okay. There's a filter there, right there. Okay, so it's gonna be a couple more clips right there, and we're gonna remove this whole side. This should come out probably. Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna slide past this washer bottle. Okay. Oh wow, look at that. Somebody either replaced the filter or checked out the filter. We're gonna tighten this bolt. It's gonna be probably unrelated to your job, but yes, we're gonna remove this plastic piece and add the strut mount the same manner we did the other side. All right, the same way. Bam, bam. There's two factory bolts, which just not gonna need. Then I'm gonna throw this on this bracket. Now I'm all messed up. Okay, right here. You want to remove this tag, obviously, and remove this tag, of course. And I'm gonna tighten it to the same spec like I did the other side, which was, in my case, 28 Newton meters and then 45 degrees. And we'll be ready to install the strut brace. Want to comment on something that BMW, just like every other car manufacturer, became a lot about profit nowadays, which is, I understand, you know, you got to make money, and if you can, you just go for it. Why I mentioned that is I see a lot of cheap, crazy solutions on certain cars, and like, you know, this shouldn't be there, but it's okay. I mean, once it's shut, it pulls on it and doesn't make any noise, but it is what it is. Why I mention all that is why I went with this strut brace is M division is also all about money, but they do deliver, you know, good vehicles that can deliver. There are multiple options on the market, but I think for the money, which the whole setup, I think it cost me about maybe right over $300. That's mounts, new bolts, new strut brace. I mean, pretty much the install itself is super easy. It's like 30 minutes. I went for the OEM setup just because everything fits so nicely, and the M division actually thought this through, just like they thought through the thicker sway bars for this platform, like for the X3M, just like they thought through this bottom brace. You know, I made a video on the bottom brace. So this is a no-brainer setup for me, and I think this is the best for the money you can really get. You can go fancy, which, you know, like my truck, I have a very nice piping and a lot of work done to it as well. This particular car, it's daily driven, and I want efficiency, and I want it to be just the best you can do for this particular car. So I think the M stuff in this X3M, you know, in this application F97 is probably best for what I can do. So now I got the strut braces on, and all I got to do is throw those, get it tight. I got those new nuts for it. So now the key thing is do not over tighten those nuts, because you can spin this stud out, and then it's gonna be like, oh, ugh, the mount's gonna be wasted. It's gonna take some work, or you just need to replace it. So anyway, so I'm gonna get those nuts tightened, and I will be back on installing these trim pieces, and I should be pretty much close to being done. So far everything fits excellent, which I expect from the OEM, especially the AM division. Everything, I'm super happy so far. So I will be back to you once I get those valves I was able to find for strut brace is 29 Newton meters. There you go. I think that sounds and feels fair. So this thing is done, and she's not getting anywhere. She's not gonna go anywhere. So now I'm gonna figure out the plastic. I'll be back with you with the solution. What I want to do with the plastic is either I can trim it and make it work, or I will order correct parts. If there's any ghetto-ness in trimming, I'm just gonna order correct parts and be done with it. But I'll be back with you. Let me look into this right. To sum it up, I was unable to cleanly trim this side piece. It would just start becoming pretty ghetto, trash looking stuff. So at this point, I'm gonna order new side plastic pieces. They're about 55 bucks each, and I'm gonna make a clean install out of this. Again, everything else is done. The car is done. I'm super happy. Everything fits super nice and clean. I think this is probably the best way to go about this upgrade, about this mod. And otherwise, you should be you got all the parts. I'm gonna include the parts for those trim pieces, for the side plastic pieces, and this is it. I'm gonna take it for a spin, and I don't want to report back. I'm sure I might not feel anything. It might be a placebo feeling, but I am happy with everything, and I think actually this time M Division actually delivered that perfect part and perfect setup. Also, I was gonna mention that the clearance between the engine cover and the new brace, it's actually plenty. You can remove this plastic piece, the engine cover, without removing the strut brace. Every time, if you need to remove the strut brace, just be careful with those bolts, not to strip those studs. And again, if you want to retighten it at some point, just go to 28, 27 Newton meters, and you should be golden. And y'all enjoy, and see you next time on the next video.